Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back on board the beautiful Utopia of the Seas. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet, so not quite such an early morning, but after a long and exhausting day, you're still very tired. But we're making our arrival here into Nassau Bahamas. We just picked up the pilot, so we're actually pulling in. Today we've got the Carnival Venezia, Carnival Elation, and the Disney Wish here with us today, which is similar to the lineup that I had last time on board, just minus the Allure. But anyways, we got a really fun and exciting day here in Nassau Bahamas, so let's go ahead and head upstairs because we can actually see the TV. So yeah, let's head upstairs and watch ourselves come in. So my camera's finally almost done defogging, so apologies for that. The footage came out pretty terrible, but heading over to the other side and as we pull in. Well, it's a huge bummer there's no breakfast back here. Yeah. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. This literally had a whole lot of scaffolding on it last night. It's all right here, which is kind of funny. but it was like past midnight and it was still up. So that's interesting. And as the Disney Wish pulls in, update on the Royal Beach Club here in Nassau, Bahamas. We're actually starting to get vertical work done, which is awesome. So you can start seeing all the buildings and everything taking place. It's super cool.
Yeah.
It's always just been flat beach and just a ton of construction vehicles like the last 10 times here.
Right.
Alrighty, now that Wish is docked, we're heading over, well, I guess down to the Windjammer. Super hungry.
No way we're gonna get a big thing.
Yeah. All right, back from our breakfast. The windjammer was absolutely insane. There actually was a line outside the door because it was at capacity.
Yeah.
Which was I've never seen that before. That was insane. But yeah, even like I didn't really get a whole lot to eat in the first place. Like I wanted to get something from the omelet station, which is always one of my favorites. But there were so many people lined up for the omelets that they didn't even have enough pagers left to give out to people, which just kind of shows how insane it was. But nonetheless, it was still a good breakfast though. Just grab some bacon and hash browns and basics though. But today we have our day in, of course, Nassau Bahamas. Saw the ships arrive, and we're gonna do our ship tour today. Gonna redo that, and yeah. So we're gonna hang out, gonna get cleaned up, get ready for the day, and we'll get on with it and probably head off the ship here, probably about an hour or so. Alrighty, ladies and gents, it is time to finally make our way off the ship here and check out everything, well, everything as in the 4 ships today in Nassau. They've got this big birthday bash stuff going on. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's Royal Caribbean's birthday or if like there's just something going on, but yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Cheers!
Cheers to the Pain Chiller and the Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke, classic.
I love the Dusky Parrot. It's such a cool little place. Alrighty, here we go into Nassau. Welcome back. Really cool to see the convolation. Like, these ships are obviously the older and more, I wouldn't necessarily say rundown, but they're just definitely very old. They definitely show their age. But it's always cool to see these fantasy class, especially because there's only 2 of the 8 remaining. I think Paradise and Elation will stay around for a little bit longer, but you know, anytime you get a chance to see these 2, it's always really cool.
Please complete our guest. Rear survey, a lever review on TripAdvisor page. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
we got all our shots, so we're gonna start making our way back to the ship. Of course, this is kind of the usual. If you're new here, this is kind of the usual what we do here in Nassau. We just kind of go off, get a couple pictures of the ships, and head back on board, and kind of treat the rest as like a sea day. Nassau is never really anything that we ever do much in, and there's not really a whole lot to do here anyways, but yeah, we're gonna enjoy the ship. I'm gonna get my ship tour knocked out here as soon as we get back on board, and yeah, and just enjoy the Utopia of the seas. That's kind of also the other thing with being on an Oasis class for 3 nights with 2 port stops, is that there's really not a lot of time on board the ship, so we definitely want to spend as much time aboard the Utopia of the Seas as we can. So anyways, yeah, as I mentioned, we're gonna head back and get on board. It's also hot. It's a little toasty. Super toasty. Back on board Utopia of the Seas. Time to knock out a ship tour, grab some lunch at El Local Fresh, and have ourselves a day. We're on board the 3rd largest ship in the world.